it's been 4 years since the journey of the PMML, and nearly a year since you took the helm of affairs as the director of PMML. How has been this journey so far?
The journey has been great. PMML has emerged as the only museum of its kind in the world, only museum on prime ministers or presidents or heads of state. And it has really done very well in this area. And a lot of visitors have started visiting this museum. Use of technology has been intensified, and we have been getting all very good comments. Because indeed, this museum reinforces the concept of democracy, which is very much there in our country.
Sir, to mark this 4th anniversary, I think April 14 you opened it in 2022. Now you're beyond 4 years. We saw your museum, some of the galleries. What are some of the new galleries that have been added, let's say, in the last few months or the last few years, sir?
See, we have done a lot of exhibitions in the last couple of months. We had a philatelic exhibition which covered the Prime Ministers of India, the Presidents of India, the Constitution, freedom fighters, and similar things. It was a very, very successful effort, and which showcased again the core theme of the museum.
Sir, your institution is also known for the extraordinary collection of archival wealth. I think it goes back to more than a century, the kind of documents that you have, sir. First of all, if you'd like to share with our viewers, what are some of the rarest material that you have in your possession, and how have you used digitization to preserve them for posterity?
So we have a huge collection of personal documents of VVIPs and VVIP organizations. This material is almost 100 years old material we have got, and this is the largest archives of personal documents in India. There is no other archives like this. We have got the National Archives that looks at official documents. This is the only archive that looks at personal documents. And this is used by researchers who are doing research in modern contemporary Indian history. Very widely used by them. So far this was only in the physical form. Now we have digitized it recently, and we have put it on the net. If you can ask for a document, and the document will, if possible, can be made accessible to you. So sitting anywhere in the world, you can view a document. That's a big breakthrough which we have achieved. Digitization of this PMML archives.
What percentage, Mr. Lohani, has been digitized so far?
Almost all the important documents have been digitized.
And how much can a researcher access online? So can they just access the catalog and the opening few
paragraphs? They can access the catalog and the metadata. On that basis, they can ask for a particular document. Then we look at the utility of the document for that scholar. That is looked at here. And within 24 hours, the permission is granted or not granted. It's normally granted. And then he deposits a fee, and he gets the document on his desktop.
Okay, so it actually gets, emailed, sir, like from your side.
It gets emailed.
You have to essentially register with the PMML.
You have to register. See, even if you want to see the document physically, you have to become a member of the library. There is a screening for that. Similarly, in the case of digitized documents, you have to register yourself with the portal. For registration, there is some very nominal fee for registration, and then you can access those documents and do your research. It's a very big milestone.
Okay. And this has been achieved in the last how many years, sir, the process of digitization?
So I think carrying on for the last 2 or 3 years.
2-3 years, sir. Okay.
2 years.
Okay. Sir, in terms of the archival wealth is the institutional wealth, sir, but this particular place also has architectural wealth, which is the old building, sir.
Heritage building, yes.
Indeed, sir. It was built as the residence of the Commander-in-Chief,
and then it became the residence of
the first Prime Minister. That, of course, became the institution of that we know, NMML, in the 60s after his death, sir. What steps have been taken, essentially, for both the conservation of this beautiful heritage building, and also is there any plan to come out with a publication, perhaps a book, because it's going to complete 100 years, because 1929-30 it was built as the Commander-in-Chief residence.
We are maintaining this building very well. In fact, CPWD is maintaining it, and it is being attended to, and it's in good shape, very good shape. And regarding a publication, we are not really thought about it so far. We'll think about it.
Okay. We saw two of your very beautiful cafe and the restaurant, the fine dining side. If you could tell us, how did the idea generate to have something like this at a PM museum where perhaps people just come for scholarly or a leisurely experience.
Scholarly people come here, but they come here for the full day, most of them. They want to sit in the library and go out for lunch. Previously, we did not have any facility as such. So these two facilities were in the pipeline. We expedited that and opened the cafeteria in the month of August last year. The cafeteria, you can go to the cafeteria and have a good meal or a good snack, which is very, very reasonably priced. And for the higher end, we converted the space above the planetarium. The roof of the planetarium was given to a private party for running as a cafeteria.
The fine dining one, sir.
Fine dining. We call it a cafeteria. It's a fine dining restaurant. That is doing very well. That is slightly costlier than the canteen. The canteen is basically for staff and people who use the museum quite often.
Where is that, sir, the canteen?
Canteen is right next to the administrative block.
Okay.
This block in which you are.
So there are essentially three things. So you have the cafe next to the souvenir shop.
Cafe next to the souvenir shop.
Then a canteen, and then a fine dining forest table.
Fine dining forest table.
So for each of the segment you are catering to.
Forest table has emerged as one of the best restaurants in Delhi. It is now being counted in that.
And we saw, sir, your team has utilized heritage elements in its decoration. We saw an old piano from Boston. Yes. Where was it sourced from, Mr. Lohani?
I'll have to find out.
What is it's an original antique, I've been told. Even the flooring, the table in the front of it has got columns of the capitals of old column stone.
Right.
It's very beautifully thought out by your team. Yeah.
In fact, places like this have to provide for tourist facilities. Because tourists will come, he like to spend some time here, he like to have a cup of coffee, he like to have a meal if he comes at the meal time. So we have to provide for that. These are mandatory items. Souvenir shop is a mandatory item. They're looking at more such additions in the near future.
When was the souvenir shop added, sir?
Souvenir shop, we have an existing souvenir shop in the old PMS, in the new PMS2 building. But we are looking at some more souvenir shops if possible.
No, the one on the ground floor, sir.
One on the ground floor, which is there, by the side of the cafe.
Yeah. So when was that open, sir? That souvenir shop?
Was, I think, also opened around the same time as inauguration of this.
The 2022 only, sir.
I think.
Okay.
Yes.
But anything in the pipeline besides the hollow box for the two leaders you mentioned, so the former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Mahatma Gandhi, anything else in the pipeline, sir, which we can expect?
See, continuous addition to the museum is part of the game. It's part of any museum. Now, recent incidents which are happening, recent development, infrastructure developments, like we got this helicopter ride which talks about various infrastructures. Now, some of those infrastructures have been completed. That has to get reflected in the.
So essentially, the material has been updated, sir.
Material.
The infrastructure is same, sir. The
continuous updation of the content is part of running any museum.
Gallery essentially remains the same, but you update the content, sir. As per, because in the military section we saw Op Sindoor being mentioned, so that's of course happened after the Sindoor operation. Of course, that's been added, sir. We saw that, sir. And my last thing, sir, any book on the museum, sir, or the PMML, sir, that you plan?
We've come out with publications.
Any new publications you have come up with, sir?
Brochures and posters and.
But no coffee table book planned, sir?
No coffee table book is planned because coffee table book का ज़माना अब चला गया है. You produce a coffee table book, it lies in the lower shelf of the center tables, and people generally don't go through it. It's just considered an object on display. But we are looking at coming out with a booklet on the Prime Ministers.
Booklets, I mean all the Prime Ministers, sir.
Booklet, a small booklet which can.
On separate booklets, sir.
A very small booklet. Like a brochure on the various Prime Ministers of India.
As one book, sir, or one booklet or separate, sir? Okay.
Small booklet.
And this is again planned for later this year, sir, for publication?
For publication, it should come out in the next 1 month.
And lastly, sir, what is the rough footfall for this place, sir?
The footfall for this place, last year I think we had 6,40,000.
That is year on year or sir, financial year wise, sir?
Financial year wise.
So when you say last year means 25, 26, sir. So till March 31st, sir.
6,40,000, that means about 50,000. That means about if you have about 1,500, 1,600
per day, sir.
Per day.
Yeah. And you also have, I think, free. Is it free, sir? Complimentary ride from metro stations for PMML? I think metro had started some time back. I remember.
Not from metro stations. We have a bus, DTC bus operating between Central Secretariat and the museum. continuously it keeps on working as a shuttle.
These are complimentary services or people have to pay for it?
I have to check out.
Okay. And also, I think during the presentation you mentioned about the tickets, but the tickets are different on weekdays and weekend. Is there a thought process to it, or that has been the policy always for the ticket
That has
pricing?
been the policy. Yeah, because Saturday Sunday the crowd is much higher.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lohani. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and we wish you all the best
Thank you so much.
for as a director's post that you have taken last year, sir. And of course, you have turned around many institutions. You were at the helm of Air India, the Indian Railways as the CRB, and many tourism boards that you have transformed. So we wish you all the best for a journey at the PMML also, sir.
Thank you.